Lately in Japan, there's been all this talk of foreigners causing problems, foreigners go home. If you guys know anything about Japanese politics, this far right, I suppose, party called Sanseito just won a bunch of seats. And basically one of their main talking points is all the tourists and all of the new expats and immigrants coming to Japan, how they're causing all of these problems, and which foreigners are causing problems, which foreigners are being the most annoying in Japan. Now, I see a lot of this on TikTok, yes, I'm guilty. Even myself, young James here, yes, on TikTok, 30 minutes, an hour a day. While I'm uploading my TikToks, I'm kind of viewing, seeing what the people in Japan are talking about, what the people in Tokyo are talking about. And so many foreigners are obviously angry that the Japanese people are speaking up against dumb tourists, dumb immigrants in Japan. And something that I see over and over again, always people blaming Americans. People will blame in the TikTok comments, on YouTube videos in the comments, in person, on Reddit. Whenever someone talks about like dumb foreigners in Japan, foreigners causing issues in Japan, people always want to say, it's the Americans, it's the Americans. The Americans are the noisiest. The Americans are the fattest. The Americans are the dumbest. The Americans don't follow the rules. And now, as an American, as someone from the land of the free, yes, myself, young James. I'm a free man, by the way. You guys are all mad that you're not as free as I am. I'm just trolling. But seriously, I like to take pride in the fact that I believe I'm pretty fair. I believe I'm pretty objective. Now, obviously, we all have our biases. If I were to say that I don't have any bias from being from America at all, obviously I would be capping. I know that I'm probably biased as well, but I just want to speak up on behalf of all the Americans who, so many people from America are so afraid of just like standing up for themselves these days. And truthfully, Americans are not that bad. I live here. I interact with foreigners all the time. I interact with Japanese people all the time. Even my Japanese friends would agree. Well, because they're not even really part of the same bubble that we are part of as foreigners, like the white people, all that. Like there's all this beef amongst like different Europeans and the Americans and the British and all that. Like Japanese people looking at it from the outside, my Japanese friends, yes, I think they do think that Americans are kind of crazy. They have this image that like Americans are all fat and like Americans, everything is just so much bigger in America. There's so much land to explore, like where do you even start? Also, the Americans have guns. Yes, like they're kind of crazy, but from my experience, most of the Japanese people I've talked to, they don't really have any issue with like American foreigners here. And it's just funny because every single time you talk to, it usually tends to be like European people here, they always want to point the finger at Americans for like all of the problems that foreigners are causing here. And I just want to say, stop the cap. Stop the cap. I'm getting quiet because there are people walking over here now. I'm not trying to be too loud and obnoxious, but you know you're capping, and you also know that you have no balls, because it doesn't take balls to pick on the person that everybody else is picking on. Yes, so much of the world's economy is based off of American dollar is doing. So much of the world politics are influenced by what's going on in America. And yes, I understand that. I don't think that America is the center of the universe, but if you're gonna act like that's not true, you're just capping. And people think they're so brave when they're standing up to talking shit about America, like everyone's doing that. It's not difficult to do. No one is going to say that you're a bad person. No one is going to push back if you talk shit about America because everybody else does it. And let's stop the cap, because you know in your heart of hearts that Americans are not the foreigners causing all of the problems in Japan and Tokyo. There are people causing serious crime who live here from certain countries, causing a disproportionate amount of the crime, the violent crime, working in the red light districts, not Americans. There are people who come here and by and large do not follow the Japanese rules, don't make any efforts to assimilate, don't make any effort to put their trash out on the right day, don't make any effort to learn the language, walking around every single day, FaceTiming, talking loud as fuck on their phone, on the train, in public, walking around, causing scenes. No regard for the Japanese society, no regard for how Japanese people like to do it. And let me tell you, it's not the American people. I'm not even saying it's the European people, but you guys know it's not the American people, and you always point your finger at it being the Americans. And you know that's not true. And you also, you know that you're looking at the Americans because it's easy to do, and nobody's going to give you any backlash if you talk shit about America. Now, am I saying that Americans are the best? Obviously, no. I understand that Americans, we do kind of have this idea that we are the center of the world, that we can do anything, and you know, that's good, and that it's good and it's bad. It's kind of a double-edged sword. Like, Americans are known for taking risks, thinking they can do anything, which is nice in a way, but in another way I get how it can come off as cocky, arrogant, annoying. And then people have this idea also that Americans are so loud. Americans, they walk somewhere and they're just so loud. And there's been this like TikTok trend going around lately where people have this like, there's this audio of these people speaking in English, like clearly have some type of East Coast accent. Oh yeah, hey Tony, where's the pizza? And they put that audio on a video of them just like minding their own business. And they're like, when you're traveling and Americans walk by, and it's like Americans are being so obnoxious, like that's the point that they're trying to make. And stop the cap. Yes, Americans are loud compared to Japanese people, but guys, come on. Compared to Italians, compared to French people, literally, you guys are known for talking loud as fuck. And I'm not saying I have a problem with it. I don't hate you guys. Like, that's totally fine. I actually think you have a very interesting culture, and that's great, and you guys can do whatever you want. But this idea where people think they're so brave and so interesting for talking shit about America, pointing the finger at America. Oh, it's always the Americans doing this. It's always the Americans. It's always the Americans. You know that's not true. And you're talking out of your ass. And like I said, the only reason you're doing it is because you want to blame someone. And the only person that you can get away with blaming without any backlash, usually America. Because everyone talks shit about America, because America's running a lot of shit. Yeah. Like I said, do I think America's perfect? Obviously not. Do I think that Americans are fat as fuck? Yes. Do I think that Americans are dumb as fuck sometimes? Yes. Do I think that Americans are loud compared to Japanese people? Yes. But this thing where people just like, oh, it's always the Americans, it's always the Americans. You know that's not true. Stop the cap, y'all. Just be honest, be real. Plenty of people are causing problems in Japan, and like, if you want to look at the countries that are not okay to criticize, people from places that are seen as maybe not as well off as America, let's be honest, most of those places, the people from there are causing far more problems than the tourists from America or whatever. You just don't want to say it because someone's going to stand up to you. You might catch some backlash. It's not okay to say it. It's not acceptable to say it. I know what's going on. You know what's going on. All right, anyways, that's my rant. I'm here in Ueno. If you guys want to send me $5 to my Ko-fi, join my Discord, hit me up, guys. If you want a tour, if you guys want some type of tour while you're in Japan, if you want me to translate, show you around, hit me up, send me an email, youngjamesYT@gmail.com. Even if you're European, I don't mind. Hit me up, guys. I'm friendly. And I know there are gonna be a lot of people with their panties in a bunch, getting all sour pussed out at this video. Guys, at any point in this video, did I say that I hate Europeans? Did I say that I hate people from anywhere? Did I say that Americans are the best? No. But let's just be honest, they're not the worst, and you know that. All right. Anyways, hit me up, y'all. Young James. I'm getting sweaty as hell out here in the sun. Peace out, y'all.